Hello friends and welcome back. So we were discussing superposition theorem. So in the last video we have seen what is superposition theorem and how superposition theorem can be used to calculate current flowing through any element when more than one energy sources are present. Okay, so link is available in the description. Now today we will see another numerical where we are using one current source and one voltage source. So this is our problem statement. We have to calculate the current flowing through 8 ohm resistor, this resistance, using superposition theorem. Let us start this. So friends, while applying superposition theorem, we are activating one energy source at a time. So we will activate 20 amperes first. So friends, initially suppose we are activating only 20 ampere current source. Now we have to disable this 5 volt voltage source. Okay. So friends, when you want to disable any source, it should be replaced with its internal resistance. So here we have to disable 5 volt. So 5 volt should be replaced with short circuit because internal resistance of voltage source is 0 ohm. Okay, similarly if you want to disable current source, then its internal resistance is infinity. So infinity is equivalent to open circuit. So hence if you want to disable current source, then it should be replaced with open circuit. So this principle you have to remember. So now we are disabling 5 volts. So we will replace this with short circuit. So we are getting this circuit. So friends, here you can see that we have replaced voltage source with short circuit. Okay. So friends, here you can see that we are having zero resistance. Resistance of this path is 0 ohm. Okay. And this 0 ohm is in parallel with this 30 ohm. So there is no effect of this 30 ohm because no current will pass through this resistance. Okay, so current flowing through this 30 ohm will be 0. So if no current is passing through this resistance, then we can neglect this resistance. So your equivalent circuit will be like this. So friends, you will get the circuit like this. Now we have to calculate the current flowing through 8 ohm. So let us suppose this current is I1. Now I1 is the current flowing through 8 ohm due to this 20 ampere. So from this side 20 ampere current is coming as input. Now at this node that current will get divided into two parts. So we have to apply current divider rule over here. So you are getting, now by this rule we want to calculate current I1. So I1 is passing through 8 ohm. So neglect it. What is the another resistance? 12 ohm. So 12 divided by. Now current is getting divided in between 8 and 12 ohm. So add them 8 plus 12 and this should be multiplied with total incoming current. Now what is the total incoming current? 20 ampere. So if you calculate this, you will get the value of I1 as 12 ampere. Okay, so this is the current flowing through 8 ohm due to 20 ampere source. Okay, now we will disable this 20 ampere and we will enable 5 volt. So your circuit will be like this. So friends, now you can see that only 5 volt is active in this circuit and we have disabled 20 ampere. So when you want to disable any current source, you have to replace with open circuit. Okay, this is because resistance of current source, ideal current source, is infinity, so which is equivalent to open circuit. So since this no current is flowing through this branch, so we can neglect this branch. So your equivalent circuit will be like this. So here you can see that we have neglected the open circuit. Okay, now we have to calculate the current flowing through this 8 ohm. So this current is due to 5 volt. So let us suppose this is current I2. Now this current is due to the total current coming from 5 volt. Okay, so let us suppose this current is I. When this current comes at this point, it will get divided into two parts. So again we have to apply current divider rule. Okay, so friends, by current divider rule we will get the value of I2. Now I2 is passing through 8 ohm. What is the another resistance? 30 ohm. 30 ohm upon addition of two resistances. Now you can see that this I2 current is passing through 8 ohm and 12 ohm. These are in series. So your total resistance is 20 ohm in this branch, and in this branch what is your total resistance? 30 ohm. So what you will write? 30 plus 8 plus 12. So this is the total resistance you are getting. Okay, and this should be multiplied with total incoming current. Now what is total incoming current? I. So solve this. What you are getting? 0.6 I you are getting. Now what is I? I is nothing but your total current coming from 5 volt. So what is total current? Total voltage upon total resistance. Okay. So what is the voltage you are applying here? 5 volt you are applying. Okay. And this should be divided with total resistance. Now what is the total resistance? Here you can see that this 8 and 12 these are in series. So 8 plus 12 these are in series. So we will add them. Okay. And this series combination is in parallel with 30 ohm. So this is parallel to 30 ohm. So this is your total resistance. Now calculate this. What you are getting? So here you can see that 8 plus 12, 20, 20 coming in parallel with 30. So 20 into 30 upon 20 plus 30. So formula for parallel resistance we are using, and calculate this, you will get total current I as 0.416 you are getting. Now put this value in the above equation. So you will get the value of I2 as 0.25 ampere. So now we have got the current I1 and I2 due to 20 ampere and 5 volt current source and voltage source respectively. Now we will apply superposition theorem. It will be the last step. So friends, by superposition theorem you will get a total current I. So it is nothing but algebraic sum of current flowing due to individual sources. Okay. So now I is equal to I1 plus I2. I1 is due to 20 ampere and I2 is due to 5 volt. Okay. So we have to do their algebraic addition. Now while doing the algebraic addition, you have to focus on the direction of these currents. So we will take a look at the direction of I1 and I2 like this. So friends, here you can see that current I1 due to 20 ampere is flowing in right direction. So this was the direction of current from left to right, whereas due to 5 volt current was flowing from right to left. So our direction of current was from right to left, means current was flowing in opposite direction. So since these two currents are opposite in direction, so we have to take one current as positive and another current as negative. So your I1 current was 12 ampere. Okay. And since this current is in opposite direction, so we will subtract I2 from I1. So this minus sign is because we are having two different direction of currents. Okay, one is in rightward direction, one is in leftward direction. So what you are getting? So your final answer is 11.75 ampere. So this is the final current flowing through your 6 ohm resistor. So in this way, by using superposition theorem, we can calculate the current flowing through any element present in the network. Okay. So this comes to the end of our superposition theorem. I have already performed practical on superposition theorem. The link is available above and also available in the description. So please go through it. If you really like this video, please press the like button and do not forget to subscribe my channel. So thank you very much for watching this. Have a nice day. Goodbye.